everyone, my name is Minh Khánh. Welcome back. I'm 5 years old. Today I will read pinkfong. Look around and see the world. There's a boy who seems very sad. There's a man who seems very sad. There's a girl who seems very cold. See the people who eat your health. See the people and give your rent. This way and that way you will do. Helping is a great thing to do. The Happy Prince.
Once there was a
statue
of
the prince. It was a statue with a ruby in his sword.
Was a statue with a ruby in his sword. It was a statue with emerald eyes. It was a statue.
It was a statue with golden clothes.
With golden clothes.
One day on the way south.
A swallow
stopped by the statue.
He was tired.
And
sleepy. So he spent
one night on the statue.
The next morning,
the swallow saw something strange.
The swallow saw something strange. The prince was
crying.
What's the matter with you?
The prince said,
I
see a little boy sick in bed.
See a little boy sick in bed. He has no mommy.
He has no mommy. He has no food.
He has no food. Can you take my ruby?
Can you take my ruby to the boy, please?
To the boy, please?
The swallow felt
sorry, and she said, I will.
And he said,
I will.
The swallow took
the
ruby. He flew to the boy.
And he dropped it on the boy's bed.
The swallow felt
great, and he said,
Get well soon.
Get well soon.
The next morning,
the
prince said,
I see a young man crying on a bench.
I see a young man crying on the bench.
He wants to be a
painter.
However,
he has no money to buy the paint.
He has no money to buy the paint. Can you take my eye?
Can you take my eye to the young man, please?
To the young man, please.
The swallow had
to leave soon, but he said,
I
will go.
He took the emerald.
He took the emerald.
He flew to the young
He flew to the young man,
and he left it
by the young man on the bench.
by the young man on the bench. The swallow
The swallow felt great, and she said,
felt great, and he said,
Be a great
"Be a great painter."
painter.
The next day,
The prince said,
I see a little
"I see a little girl selling matches in the street.
girl selling matches in the street. However,
However, he has no coat or shoes.
she has no coat or shoes. She has no one to
She has no one to take care of her.
take care of her. Can you take my
Can you take my other eye to the girl, please?"
other eye to the girl?
it was
The
getting cold.
girl cold.
The swallow
The swallow was late to leave, but he said,
was late to leave, but he said,
"I will."
The swallow took
The swallow took the amber.
the emerald. He flew to the
He flew to match girl,
match girl, and he left the emerald
and he left the emerald in the girl basket.
in the girl's basket. The swallow saw the girl
The swallow saw the girl smile, and he said,
smiling, and he said,
I am so
"I am so happy."
happy.
The prince had
The prince had no eyes anymore.
no eyes anymore. The swallow
The swallow felt sorry for the prince,
felt sorry for the prince. So he said,
so he said,
I can't
"I can't leave you. I stay here with you."
leave you. I'll stay here with you.
From that day on,
From that day on,
the swallow became
the swallow became the eyes for the prince.
the eyes for the prince. Every morning,
The swallow looked over the town.
the swallow looked over the town. When he saw
When he saw some who need help, he told the prince.
someone who needed help, he told the prince. He took part
He took part of the gold from the prince,
of the gold from the prince, and he gave it to those
and he gave it to those who were in need.
who were in need. A cold winter
A cold winter came.
came. Now the
Now the princess had nothing to share,
prince had nothing to share, and the swallow
and the swallow died in peace under the peace.
died in peace underneath the prince. The people in town burned the swallow, town buried the swallow, broke up the
statue, and put the statue into the fire.
fire. The prince
The prince and the swallow